All right, test one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right, I think we're good. All right, let's come back in here and let's just do a quick sound test, mic check, so to speak. Make sure we're coming through. I don't even know how loud this will be. I think I may need to even go a bit louder. Like, okay, maybe there. So now I can hear myself a little better. Yeah, okay. And even louder than, okay, so this goes up to 20. And what else? Okay, so we're gonna go into my channel. Someone that I just ran into here. I wanna actually write this. Super Carlin Brothers. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I guess how do we do a screenshot on here? Wow, that's pretty cool, man. All right, so I will keep that up, mute that, and come in here. And all right, I guess we're good. I guess we're good. So, yes, what is happening, people? So, yeah, I usually do these live streams using my TX6 mixer, which is being serviced currently. Make sure this audio is coming in. Hang on. Yep, it is. All right, cool. Yes, so I wanted to start a live stream and say, like, in the chat here, thoughts on the new Yamaha Seek track because I'm interested in it. I'm intrigued with it. Um, thoughts on and I'm gonna pin this comment. And yeah, just I'm curious to know what other people think about it. So we got Minuet at your OP120. It's 75% of my phones, 100%. At your OP120, it's 75% of my phones. Okay, I'm trying to do the math on that to see. I think I know what you mean. So, um, yeah. How is the sound coming in now? Is it like good? Is it decent? Um, so one thing that I want to see here on the OP1, I want to see this happen is I would like to be able to use this in like have a little bit more flexibility with using a headset while using a line in. So my thoughts here specifically is or are if I am let's see, if I'm using a headset and this is connected, you guys can hear me just fine. The moment that I connect a different audio source to the line in, right now nothing is plugged into the line in, but the moment I like plug something in, like my iPad, which I'm going to do momentarily, it bypasses the mic here. I would love to be able to do both, like have audio coming in here, and you be able to hear my voice. So currently you can't do that. I would love to see like a way to just be able to enable that. I'm not even sure if that's. I feel like it should be doable, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I guess not going to really talk too much about the Seek track until people have questions or want to talk about it, and I'll kind of answer those questions. Perfect voice volume, and we can even likely hear the cafes. Oh, perfect. That's cool. All right, cool. Thank you for the insights. Yes, indeed, I am at a cafe. Oh, that was a little loud, wasn't it? But yeah, I would love that. That setting on there would be cool. And also, let me put channel memberships are now what live. Get you check out with some cool perks. Check them out if you'd like. No pressure, but I'd love to have y'all check them out by hitting the join button and check and see if it's something you're interested in. All right, how do I pin this? By the way, see this is weird. You can't even pin. I can't pin this comment until more text comes in because there's a reaction. MGo, how are you? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Yeah, this is weird. You can't even pin this, huh? Interesting, interesting. But yeah, what do you guys think about the Seek track? Yeah, I'm gonna let me pull it up again here. I'm very intrigued with it. I think as someone who's an OPZ super user, I will call myself. I think that there's just a lot. of excitement that I've seen from people about that piece of hardware from Yamaha. And yeah, I'm just really curious. I definitely am gonna be making some content with it, and I think ultimately some comparison content, right, to see how that compares to the OP1, and I think more so the OPZ in terms of it being mostly a sequencer, but it has synth engines and things like that built in as well. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't know. I just woke up this morning feeling like I wanted to go live. I haven't gone live in a while in this capacity, and I'm more than happy to, yeah, answer any questions that you guys may have. So MGO says, "What are your thoughts on Logic versus Gadget? Can decide on which to stick with." All right, so that's a fantastic question. And if you guys are interested in me doing more of these live streams, please do let me know because I'd be happy to do these more often. Answer questions. I got inspired by two people, one in the music space, one not in the music space, but both of them content people. Decap Music, who created drums that knock and the knock plugins and stuff, and then someone named Bria Jones, who is an influencer but not a music based person. Just I've been watching how she moves online and stuff, and kind of getting inspired by a lot of the stuff she does. And both of them recently had live streams, kind of like this, just like a informal conversation, chit chat type thing, answering questions. I thought they were both really cool, so I definitely wanted to do one. Now, with regard to gadgets, so it's interesting you asked that question. So I am currently uploading a, oh boy, hang on. Select destination. Okay, so not actually uploading. Let me save this. Save it to documents. So yeah, I just finished making a video this morning that I shot, and I just edited it on Cord Gadget. Um, I'm a massive gadget fan, and I'll wait, and have you guys watch the video to kind of get some more insights. But one of the things that I mentioned in there, at the end of the video, is now with the new update to Gadget, there's a couple of things I think that's done that are pretty noteworthy. One of them is it let the Gadget community know that Korg is still, they've obviously been working on the app. It's not like an abandoned platform or something, and that's something that I think a lot of people, myself included, are concerned about, like where they want to plant their flag. Are they going to you be using an app that's going to be maybe obsolete soon, or maybe it still works but just not getting the TLC and like the updates and things like that I think we're used to, and we've grown to know and love. So when you mention Logic, I think you're talking about Logic on the iPad specifically, I'm assuming, because you're comparing that to Gadget, although both of these now are available on both Mac and iPad, right, or iOS. Um, so it just really depends. I mean, I really didn't give a lot of time using Logic just because I didn't feel like I needed to. I didn't feel like it was going to. I mean, I was super excited about it, just like the rest of the world, of course, when we first got the news. But ultimately, I think when it comes to music, I think, and this is just my opinion, but there is something to be said about having too many different ways of making music. And I think we do have to be a little bit mindful and careful with, depending on who we are, right? If we're someone like myself where we make content, then certainly having different ways of making music so that we can learn them, try them out, share them with our audience is important. But for people who are trying to find the right way, I think the only time to go and check out a different way of making music is when you are not feeling inspired with the way that you currently have. And that's probably a good rule of thumb, a good thing to kind of go by. I think with Gadget, in a minute, actually, I'm gonna turn my mic off, and I'll chat with you guys here. I have my laptop in front of me, so I'll chat with you here. But I'm gonna be going through and kind of organizing some music in Gadget, and I'm gonna kind of route it through the OP1 so you guys can obviously hear the music and stuff. But I have two folders that I've created in Gadget. So that's really cool to be able to organize music in there. It's very, very important. That's actually the main purpose of today's video that I just finished creating and exporting. Is talking about my workflow to kind of organize like good sounding music versus not good sounding music, I guess, right? So things that are like that, if someone's like, hey, let me check out what you've created in here, I have a folder of things that everything in there is like quality. And then I have a secondary folder where everything in there is not. And maybe these are just ideas that I started that still need to be worked on or something. Um, Okay, so you said I love the directness, speed of Gadget. Yeah, so yeah, I think the directness and speed of Gadget is by far one of, if not its biggest selling points. You can get started making music immediately, and and even something like Ableton Note. I've used that. I don't know if you've checked that out. I mean, it's that too is I think a really interesting thing. Like in terms of me making music, if I have my phone with me, which is kind of always with me, I can quickly get Ableton Note going and make some, put down some musical ideas in there super quick. And then it's not just gonna like live there forever, right? Because you have the Ableton Cloud thing. I'm not sure if anyone out there uses Ableton like on their on their computer, desktop, laptop, or anything like that. But that workflow, like for me, I'm starting to see that as what I think is the the path forward, right? So like Gadget, so it's like Ableton Note on my phone and sometimes my iPad, Gadget on my iPad, and then like Ableton Suite on my MacBook. And so all of those can talk to each other, right? Because when you're making stuff in Gadget, you could, and I'm going to do a video on this soon too, but you can easily get your music in Gadget into Ableton as an Ableton project. And again still working through the details on like the workflow that makes the most sense. Like when does it make sense to send a song from Gadget into Ableton? Well, like when you want to be able to do things on that song that you can't do in Gadget, but you can do in Ableton kind of thing, right? So Minuet says, it seems to me that Gadget can be great for tinkering and Logic could be used for structuring. Am I wrong? Um, yeah, I think that's a great way of looking at it. I think, with Gadget, it's not linear, it's vertical. And so when you talk about making like a full song, I think that you bring up a really good point, right? I mean, you could get some musical ideas started with Gadget. I have many of my songs on my album were created fully exclusively with Gadget. But the moment you want to, I don't know, incorporate just a sound effect here, or like just a little random grace note or whatever the case is, it's not as easy to do there since it's not linear. And so you want to, like when I've had to do that, I've done some crazy workaround where I've used my video editing software, right? I created my music in Gadget, and then I said, oh, I have to incorporate, I think like on my daughter's album, Kayla Joy album, which you guys can check out if you haven't already. It one of the songs has like a sample from my daughter's moment she was born when she started crying, right? Like it has that in there, and I use my video editing software to like put that in, which is kind of weird when you think about it, but just because I'm used to using it, I didn't want to like have to learn another DAW just for that purpose, kind of thing, right? Tried Note, but too limited for me. Gadgets iPhone support is a plus compared to yeah, that's true. The fact that you can use Gadget on iPhone. I haven't used it too much on my iPhone. I've used it a little bit. The morning that Gadget 3 got unveiled, I woke up and I didn't have my iPad was in the basement. I didn't feel like going down, so I updated on my phone here, which is what I'm using to live stream, and started checking it out. I have the 15 Pro Max, so I do have a lot of not a lot, but more real estate on there than if I was using a regular size phone. Um, I don't want to bother with separate apps. Too much hassle. Yeah. So MGO, I agree with you there. I agree with you. I mean, let's say it like it is. Like I think that that right now, like yesterday, I was jamming to my own songs in Gadget, and I was saying to myself like, I'm gonna kind of double down a little bit on this app because it's been the first app that I've used on the iPad. It's been by far my most enjoyable one to use to make music. Secondary is Koala Sampler. Um, and so what it boils down to, again, as I mentioned earlier, is like, okay, what are the things that you want to be able to do in an app that you can't do? And if is it true that you can't do it, or is it true, or is it more so that you are just not sure how to, or you haven't figured out the right way to do it, for example? So like me, for example, right? Okay, well, one area by far that I think Gadget is missing, and I'm researching this and understanding this and trying to like learn a little bit more, is I think sampling is like sorely limited in Gadget, right? Like to be able to chop samples or something like that. Now I'm gonna pull it up right now. There are a lot of audio based gadgets on here, some of which I purchased, some of which I haven't. But if I were to pull this up and go new, um, there are, let's see, the Drum SE section, right? So the new Sydney, I don't know if you guys have tried that out yet, but I have not. Stockholm is an octo sample loop player, and Otori is a drum machine. So like for me, I'm very interested in checking these out. I was personally very interested in Sydney when it got unveiled, but I was disappointed to see that I couldn't like use a microphone and just like loop my voice directly in that particular app. Or at least I don't think you can. I think you have to import samples, which is to me a major miss, right? Like I don't know. Um, but you do have Zurich, and Zurich is a universal audio recorder. So I do want to play around with that a little bit more to just basically experiment. But the long and short is, even if you use Gadget as your main thing, and like if I was using Koala Sampler, that's I don't know if Gadget would be able to get sampling as good as Koala Sampler. Maybe it might, maybe not. I'm not sure, but it's not the worst thing to like use Koala Sampler to get some ideas, sample-based ideas started, and then perhaps something like Sydney could be used for importing those samples, right? Or one of these other ones. I mean, honestly, Bilbao. So these are all like described. Like let's see. Like London says hypersonic PCM drum. Let's actually read through these so you can even understand what they're actually acoustic drum gadget, what they're actually meant to be used for. Because I don't like for example like Abu Dhabi. It says futuristic sample of gadget that lets you freely manipulate grooves. Yeah, so I have to like I'm gonna spend a little bit more time in some of these like and kind of understand them better. I have all gadgets, including Sydney. Sampling is spread out over all the different sampler in-app purchases. Logic got sampling down with, interesting. Okay, with see, I wish this little reaction thing was that quite sampler and sample alchemy in particular. Very interesting. Okay, so you have them all. So sampling is spread out on different gadgets. Got you. Yeah, so that makes it a little bit kind of strange. But let's do this. So I want to play through a few songs in Gadget. I'll be chatting with you guys, like I said, in the chat here. But the moment I plug this in, it's going to disable the headset. So you're not going to hear me talking for a little bit. But as questions come up or things come up that I rather talk to and not type to, I will just pop this out and then continue the verbal conversation. All right, here we go. Okay, so one thing I'm gonna do, yo, what's going on, Sin Seeker? How are you? How are you? So one thing I'm gonna do is, and again, I think you're new to the chat here, so yeah, just I'll be going in and out with the headset and the music on here. So I'm gonna go through some music on here. I have two folders created, which is one of the great features here with the update on Gadget is that we can organize stuff, like organize our music finally, which is major for me. Um, Cool, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same here, same here. Big gadget fan as well. And so, so what I want to do here, I have like, a folder of work in progress songs, and I want to kind of go through these and move some of them that I think sound good enough to my main folder of like my good sounding stuff, right? So that I could have a better understanding of where my music is in Gadget. And then I think another thing that I'd like to do, which I can't do actually right now, is I want to start experimenting a little bit more with the microphone in Gadget and like some of the other audio recorder gadgets that are in here, and just kind of experiment and understand that workflow a little bit better. How do you incorporate your voice into your music within the app, and whether that process is easy and fun or like or a headache and would require the need for a different platform to bring these songs into. So let's do that. I'm going to plug this in. You're going to hear probably a lot of stuff that doesn't sound that good because we're going through the bad folder, but there's going to be some gems in there still because I just don't remember the titles of these songs. And yeah, go from there. All right, so let's do it. Um, I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna say yes to that. Like as you're listening, you guys let me know. Ultimately, I guess my decision, but yes, I'm feeling that. Not amazing, but not terrible. So it's something that we can work on. So yeah, appreciate that. Let's add it and let's go to the next. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is not designed to be like I just at the very least we had the ability to stay plugged in here, but toggle between whether or not I want my audio coming from the line in or my microphone, so I don't have to plug in. Thank you for letting me know. Um, but the reason I was actually doing this just now is to let you know, like, I was trying to figure out like why my transports weren't working, like what was kind of going on. But I remembered in this setup, I have my phone connected with USB-C, so it's occupying the single USB-C port on here, And usually, when I'm not live streaming, I'll connect these two, with just a USB-C port, and then I'll have the headphone, listening through the OP1. And the USB-C cable handles both audio and MIDI. So right now, because it's not handling MIDI, I need to go to there we go. Sorry. I need to go to Bluetooth MIDI and advertise. So I need to use this as a Bluetooth MIDI setup with this. So I'm going to do that right now. Let's go to settings. I guess I have to turn on Bluetooth. And okay, so it's advertising. There's the OP1. Okay, so this is like a, I know, you're not kidding. So we're connected now. So now I should be able to hit go. Okay, so that's hitting play there. We don't want that. Let's go to controller. There we go. So now we're good. So now I'm going to plug this back in, and now we're going to start working on the song and see if we can get something that sounds halfway decent to build on. All right, so I'll be back. Well, I'm still here, but you know what I mean. Hmm, that's weird. Okay, so you guys can still hear me, but now when I plug in directly, we get nothing. So I guess I'm not going to do the plug in and out thing anymore as much, I guess. But I would love to see that for the, I guess, fourth time. You hear the mic still. Yeah, no audio coming in. So it doesn't, I'm going to unplug this really quick. Although, hang on. Yeah, I'm going to unplug this and let's see what happens here. One sec. Yeah, so it takes the headset by default. Yeah, that would be so simple to be able to do that. Yeah, just right here. Just change this. This changes the input, but that's not how it works. All right, so I guess I got to unplug my headset and try it that way. So let me try that right now. Stand by. Uh, good. All right, that was a lot of fun. Yes, I'm gonna get ready to wind down here. It's 11:21 my time, so we got through good amount of songs. If you guys have any other questions, I know I probably missed some things that were in the chat, but you could. I'm gonna still chat for a few more minutes. Um, yeah, for sure, for sure. I do appreciate everyone, joining. Lou, good to see you as well. Hope you've been well, my man. And MGo, thanks for hanging out. And I think there was someone else in here whose chat I missed a little bit. David, yes, I've seen you in the chat before as well. Yeah, appreciate you guys hanging. If you guys, want to see more of this, let me know. I'd be happy to go live some more when I hit up these different coffee shops and stuff. But yeah, I have some more work to get done right now. But y'all have a great rest of the day. And yeah, I guess that's the end of the live stream, isn't it? Hit me up on IG, drop me a comment on a YouTube vid. Let's take a look at these. Okay, gadget is most, and then others. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense since I was using gadget here most of the live stream. But yeah, I'm heading out. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.